The last time the PD IceCats came to this building at Hitachi Energy Arena, they swept the Blue Ridge Bobcats. It's no secret PD has won 7 of the 9 meetings this season, but that series was a turning point in what felt like the worst way possible, but ended up being the best way possible. After being swept that weekend, going up to Danbury and losing a 2-1 heartbreaker on the now following Friday night, the Bobcats won the following Saturday game 3 weeks ago and haven't looked back. That began a 5-game win streak. They hope to continue tonight as they honor one of their own, Aaron Ryback, on Foster Family Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you inside Hitachi Energy Arena for the 5th of this 6-game, nearly month of March long homestand as the Blue Ridge Bobcats host the PD IceCats for the 8th of 9 meetings between the two regional rivals this season. Kurt Wiseman alongside you, Kelsey Marshall's our camera operator, Kane Akers and Allison Eads are our technical directing duo. And as we told you in the open, there is a lot on the line tonight for both of these squads. Kane will pull up the Continental Division standings and show you where things stand for the PD IceCats visiting tonight. Their magic number to clinch a playoff berth is 12 points. That, again, magic numbers in the FPHL as far as playoff clinching scenarios. The math works out to any number gained by the team attempting to clinch or lost by the team that is on the elimination line. That would be the Twin City Thunderbirds, who are on the 12 points away from elimination. That is a combination of any gained by PD or lost by Twin City. So naturally, PD would like to get a win tonight. They've got a lot to play for, but here's the big thing as we pull up the Empire Division standings. The Bobcats' magic number is 5. Again, any number of points gained by Blue Ridge or lost by Danbury. The Hat Tricks are at Binghamton. If the Bobcats can win in regulation tonight and Danbury loses in any fashion or wins in overtime, that's a combination of 5 points in both of those scenarios. The Bobcats would clinch tonight if those two things were to occur. Very quickly, tonight's With Home Services starting lineup. Anthony Schrum gets his 3rd consecutive start. Dennis Rodchenko and Timothy St. Pierre on the back end. Namin Petrezov, Nikita Kozyrev, and Mike Mercurio are up front. For PD, Parker Rutherford gets the start in net for the IceCats. In front of him, Timo Razilov and Dominic Della Savita on the back end. Dennis Zaitchik, Alexander Legov, and Vadim Frolov get the start on forward for PD. Neither of the Marcinkiewicz twins are here tonight. Dominic's is on voluntary departure with the Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs. Patrick's did not make the trip due to a lower body injury. Making his professional debut tonight for the Bobcats will be number 92, Cedric Theodore, the 6'1", 215-pound defenseman out of Montreal, Quebec. We'll send it down to Mike Atwell for our pregame introductions.
Attention. This is a Roar County Arena alert. All personnel and spectators are advised. The Blue Ridge Bobcats are about to take the ice. Please remain calm, but understand this. Once the puck drops, this building becomes hostile territory. Inside Roar County, silence is not permitted. All fans must prepare to operate at maximum decibel levels. Failure to comply will result in being completely drowned out. We will now conduct a mandatory roar test in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Roar County.
With home services, starting lineup. Between the bikes tonight from North Shores, Michigan, your goaltender number 83, Andy. On defense from Nick Maroon, number 11, Dennis Pacheco. His partner on defense, Roswellowski Quebec, number 16, Timothy St. Pierre. And forward from New Hartford, New York, assistant captain number 23, Mike Mercurio. And forward from Tallinn, Estonia, number 77, Nikita Kuznetsov. From Muskegon, Michigan, number 86, David Lachetta. The Bobcats are coached by head coach Wojciech Zemlicka and assistant by player assistant coach Greg Ussie, video coach and equipment manager Ryan Van Dyke, and trainer Dr. Josh Stevens. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the rest of your Blue And now, please welcome tonight's opponents, the Dee IceCats, and their starting lineups. In goal for the IceCats tonight, number 30, Parker Rutherford. On defense, number 4, Dominic Della Savita. On defense, number 7, assistant captain, Tamir Razulov. And forward, number 8, Giannis Zaitchik. And forward, number 13, Alexander Lenkov. And at forward number 18, Vadim Froloy. The IceCats are coached by head coach Gary Graham, assistant coach Nick Graham, and equipment manager Glenn Steele. Fans, we ask you to remain standing as you are able and remove your hats. Veterans, render a hand salute for the performance of the Star Spangled Banner, performed tonight by Marcia Turpin.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light
Foster Family Friday tonight is presented by Virginia Kids Belong and sponsored by Anthem Health Keepers Plus Foster Care, Specialty Plan, and Medicaid. We are honored to have Molly Barbo drop the ceremonial puck tonight. Molly has served with Anthem Health Keepers Plus for several years and works closely with the Washington County Department of Social Services, one of the largest departments in Southwest Virginia, supporting children and families in foster care. Also joining her tonight are staff from Virginia Kids Belong, Anthem Health Keepers Plus Foster Care, Specialty Plan, and Medicaid, Care Portal, and the Wood County TSS.
One-timer score!
Hey!
Aaron Ryback!
What a missile!
1-0 Bobcats! Aaron Ryback scored 5 goals in just 12 games as a Blue Ridge Bobcat, making key contributions early in the season to help propel the team to their eventual first playoff berth in franchise history. In late February of 2025, during a game with the Fayetteville Marksmen, Ryback suffered a serious injury to his left shoulder and the ulnar nerve that connects his left arm to his left hand. Since then, Ryback has undergone multiple surgeries to regain mobility in his left arm and hand, and made significant progress in both his physical and mental recovery efforts. Once a Bobcat, always a Bobcat. Stop by his table on the concourse located behind Section 102 to learn more about his recovery efforts and purchase merchandise to help fund it. Now, please welcome Aaron Ryback and his service dog Penny back to Hitachi Energy Arena to drop the puck for tonight's game. Boy, what a moment that was. Aaron Ryback returning to Hitachi Energy Arena. And more good news on that front. Aaron has regained 40% mobility in his left upper body, and he'll be joining us on the broadcast at our first intermission tonight. Mercurio and Zaitchik to get it going. We're underway. Rutherford forks it over to Razilov. He'll bank it ahead. Mercurio can't keep it in the zone. St. Pierre intercepts at center. Tried to dump it in. It hit Kozyrev inadvertently while he was offside, so we get a whistle 12 seconds in. So we'll drop it once again at center. Tie up off it. Kozyrev back to Redchenko. Sent ahead to Pedrazov. He'll tap it into the zone. Zaitchik backhands it ahead, looking for Legoff. Stepped up on by St. Pierre. Legoff able to force it into the zone. St. Pierre walls him off. And now rimmed around. Razilov's got it. He'll rim it back low. Frolov. Good stick by Redchenko. Worked free by Legoff near side outside the circle. Pivots on Redchenko. Legoff up the near wing. Dropped it to Razilov at the point. One-timer deflected wide. Legoff works it away along the far wall. Battle for it in the circle. Now here's Della Savita. He's run into by Kozyrev. Picked up by Pedrazov near side and cleared. Legoff, who leads PD with 87 points, sachets his way into the circle. Frolov shot off a stick and into the netting. Out of play. And we get a whistle. A minute 5 in. Jurash Blackford. With a 17, 11, and 2 overall record, and after the 2 shutouts, a 3.05 goals against and a .915 save percentage. Big hit right there by Denver Craig on Xavier Abdella, who was acquired with the aforementioned Alexander Legoff from the Danbury Hat Tricks back in February. This is cleared out by Martin. Craig can't get there in time. Abdella wins the race, and icing is called. A lot of whistles in the first 86 seconds of action. There's one man, two men, three, we should say, a whole line of IceCats we didn't see last time, about a month ago. Benjamin Pizzamenti and Drew Welsh, along with Elijah Wilson. The latter was acquired from the Topeka Scarecrows at the trade deadline, as Welsh is robbed by the glove of Schrum right off the face-off. And again, a whistle. Gallagher to take and win the draw. Erickson behind the cage, looking for Craig, held in by Charlie Bedard. Bedard centers, tied up by Gallagher. Martin's got it now. He'll send it on to Gallagher, 2-on-2 the other way. Gallagher weaves over to the near side, powers down the wing, behind the net with it. And it knocked away, gets it low. Craig battles for it, he's got it. Craig outside the circle. Pivots it, looking for Martin, the birthday boy and captain. Couldn't get to it. Erickson holds at the red line and takes the hit to make the play. Daly won't be able to get there in time to keep it in the zone, but possesses between the blue lines. Sends it over to Cedric Theodore, making his professional debut tonight. The NCAA Division III product, 6'1", 215 pounds, out of Montreal, Quebec. Abdella chased after by Daly, over to Bedard. He'll bank it ahead. Noah Robinson, Gullo, McGill Diaz. Oh, great play there by Alvo to step up at the line. Alvo walks in and shoots, and a glove save made by Rutherford as Nick Gullo blew a tire between the hash marks. Both teams with a shot on goal apiece. Bobcats in the playoff hunt, but with enough depth to get some guys some rest. That means no Damon Furoseth, no Brandon Reller, and no Carson Andrioli tonight. Jake Ergonite hoists it almost off the ceiling right there. Hit leg off in the back. Would have been offside. Picked up by St. Pierre. He'll snap it into the zone. Around it goes. Pedrasov near side. 1-on-2 along the wall. Worked out of there by Frolov. He'll stretch it ahead. Rodchenko tried to stick it down. No icing. Leg off even with St. Pierre. Leg off. Pivots to the slot with it. Drop pass. Zajic shot it wide. What a setup though by Legoff. Ergonite now. Left point. Down the wing. Shoots it. Trum squeezes the near post and makes the stop. 16:45 to go in our Aschenbach Ford first period. Very slow moving, whistle filled first 3:15 of this one. Pizzamenti to take the draw for PD opposite Gallagher. Gallagher wins it. Hlavak back to Erickson. Now on it in for Craig. Craig had his pass blocked. It got out to center though. Elijah Wilson trying to feed it into the middle, intercepted by Erickson. Backhanded on to center. Gallagher trying to force it ahead, picked off by Della Savita. Pizzamenti, rink wide. Wilson. Wilson drop pass. Welsh, a one-timer, sticked away by Schrum. Della Savita holds, shoots. That's sticked away once again by Schrum. And now Martin to it, near side along the wall to Gallagher. Craig, back tap Martin. Here comes the birthday boy. Forced wide by Della Savita. Backdoor feed for Craig, couldn't get to it. Hlavak, Erickson, wrister blocked. Erickson nicely able to play that away, but now here's a break for Wilson. Draws a penalty, and it's going to go on Hlavak. Shot well wide. Think it's going to be a hooking call. And it's on Danny Martin, says Kenny Monis. I believe it's on Danny Martin. $15:55 to go in the first. Not sure what the delay is here.
Number 16 from PD, shooting a penalty shot.
Oh, it's a penalty shot. That's the ruling. It's a penalty shot. Here's Wilson and scores.
Penalty shot is good by number 16 from PD IceCats.
Well, that escalated quickly. In the referee's purview, Wilson was far enough ahead of Martin that it was a solo clear breakaway, and that Martin's penalty required a penalty shot because he was far enough ahead of not only the defender but the other 9 on the ice. So Wilson scores on the penalty shot. It's unassisted at 4:05 of the first, and a rather inauspicious start to this one. Here's St. Pierre. He'll maneuver his way down, drag, shoot. Rutherford patted it away. Zaitchik backhands it ahead. Kozirev couldn't keep it in. Picked off by Zaitchik. Zaitchik to the point, Radulov. Snapped over, now tapped away by Pedrezov. Mercurio rims it around. Kozirev now. Banks it on ahead. Mercurio at center. Now over to Kozirev. Weaves his way into the middle. Dropped it, Mercurio. Poked away by Frolov. Frolov to center, leg off. Gets around Theodore. Oh, big hit on him by Alvo. Theodore headmans it. On to Stuckless. Digs it out from between his skates, and McHugh couldn't quite drag that back foot to stay onside. Media timeout. 1-0 PD.
Coming to Hitachi Energy Arena for the Sonic America's Concert Series, America's #1 AC/DC tribute band. It's Thunderstruck.
Living easy, living free. She's taking on a one-way ride. Asking nothing, leave me be.
July 25th, the sounds of AC/DC will be blasting in Wytheville. Tickets are pre-sale at $10 and $13 day of show. Go to www.hitachienergyarena.com for tickets. Thunderstruck live at Hitachi Energy Arena.
Wytheville, Virginia, coming for the Sonic America Concert Series at Hitachi Energy Arena on July 11th. Country music star Brian Martin. It's like we ride, everybody's an outlaw. Wolves.
Back here inside Hitachi Energy Arena, Brett Wiseman alongside you. Bobcats trailing 1-0 as McGill, Diaz, and McHugh will be separated by the linesmen here. McGill Diaz took exception to McHugh coming into the zone a little bit extra after the offside. Good hit by Alvo on Gullo at the red line. And now Theodore. Pass is blocked. McGill Diaz behind the net, sweeps it into the middle. Picked up at the line, and a shot by Ergonite, or I should say Hamilton's held on to. And now pushing and shoving as a couple of IceCats leaked in behind Trum into the blue paint. And the Bobcats took exception to. And the gathering of the minds dissipates. Chipped out of the zone by the Bobcats. McHugh Banked it ahead. And now McGill Diaz up the wing near side, shoots. Waffle boarded away by Schrum. Behind the net, Gullo. Rims it to the point, Hamilton. Hamilton back around to the near side. Daly first one to it. Up the wall, not out. McGill Diaz holds and sends it low. Theodore takes the hit. Alvo hoisted ahead, not out. Held in by Welsh. Welsh down low. Theodore intercepts. Theodore for Alvo. Alvo up the wall, Daly. Now Stuckless. Stuckless up the far wing into the zone. Drags it around a defender. Gets it below the goal line. Trying to chip it around for help on the near side. Couldn't find it. Welsh first one to it. Tapped over to Pizzamenti from Wilson. Pizzamenti backhands it in. Cross check on Erickson. Digs it out of there. Tied up and worked out by Craig. Craig on for Philip Levac. Levac flips it back over to Craig. He'll shoot. That's patted away by Rutherford. Held in at the line by Erickson. Shoots one high. Gloved by Rutherford. He'll hang on to it. 13:08 to go in the Aschenbach Ford first period. And this crowd looking for something to cheer about. As the penalty shot goal by Elijah Wilson took a lot of the air out of the building. Shots are 10-2 PD as they have controlled the pace early on here. Leg off, got a bit of a break, races ahead. Nicely defended by St. Pierre. Froloff back to him. Leg off, spinning pass, broken up, and deflects behind the net. Centering pass, Pedrazov knocked it away. Redchenko can't get it out yet. Razilov shoots, that's patted away by Schrum. Now here's Zajic. Zajic for leg off into the circle. Drops it, Razilov. Razilov delays, shoots, deflected in front, loose. Schrum pitchforks it away with the goal stick. Redchenko the other way, 3-on-2. Redchenko centered for Mercurio, that's broken up. Froloff couldn't get it out, nice keep by Pedrazov. Mercurio knocked off it by Zajic, and now hoisted to center. Foot race for it, leg off, tied up by Alvo. Alvo able to muscle away from leg off and swipes it ahead to Stuckless. Stuckless back over for Theodore. He'll dump it in. Rutherford out of his net to play it. Around for Hamilton. Hamilton banks it ahead, gets it out to center. Theodore's got it. He'll settle it. D to D, Philip Levac. Levac had his pass blocked. Now Robinson knocked off it by Levac and now poked to center by McHugh. Hamilton head fakes McHugh. Backhands it in, sends McHugh down, gives him a cross check there from behind, and those two go at it behind the play. Here's Ergonite, he'll shoot, that one missed high and wide on the glove side of Schrum. McHugh on to Daly at center, drop back to Ergonite as Hamilton interferes with Daly. We play on. Here's Levac in the defensive zone, on to Gallagher, and now further for Stuckless. Stuckless lost the handle, got it back. Loose in the middle, picked up by PD. Wilson too far for Welsh, but he nullifies icing by beating Erickson to it. Erickson pins him up behind the wall, or behind the cage. Wilson near side, outside the circle. Rink wide pass behind Bedard. Numbers if they hurry. Craig into the zone, waiting, over Gallagher! Somehow Rutherford stopped that with his left pad. Oh, that looked to be perfectly set up. It's a 3-on-1.
Remember, not everyone can be a foster parent, but everyone can do something to help.
10:45 to go here in the first. Bobcats being outshot 11-4 right now by PD. Here's Kozirin, centers, Pedrazov, backhander, barely squeezed by Rutherford. He wasn't expecting that. but able to hang on to it. Mercurio tied up off the draw. Kozyrev. Back door looking for Pedrazov. He was tied up. Leg off. Hoisted into the zone off the top of the side glass. Picked up by Redchenko. Rimmed around St. Pierre. Got leg off running in circles. St. Pierre sachets with it in the neutral zone. Banked onto Pedrazov. Picked off by Della Savita and back ahead. Redchenko plays it away from Frolov. On to St. Pierre. He'll dump it in. Around it goes. Rutherford slows with the goal stick. Bobcats make a change behind that. Ergonite. Watched by Daly. Hamilton, his defensive partner, hops on to leave it for him. Hamilton breaks it out near side. Stretched on McGill Diaz. Able to dump it into the zone despite almost losing his footing. Theodore does lose his footing. And will play on. That was inadvertent. Good call. Here's Daly. Watched by Ergonite. Knocked away. Alvo sends it wide purposefully. Delayed penalty coming up here on PD. And it's gloved by Rutherford. It is going to be tripping. It is on Noah Robinson, I believe, for that play on Theodore. He can't believe it. Bobcats will certainly take it. Kenny Moniz has the call. 2 for tripping on Robinson. Hitachi Energy power play when we come back.
Hard work, long roads, and getting the job done no matter the distance. That's Bottomley Enterprises. Based in Mount Airy, North Carolina, Bottomley Enterprises delivers local, regional, and team expedited long-haul over-the-road transportation services you can count on, mile after mile. And if you're looking for a career that goes the distance, Bottomley Enterprises is hiring. Full-time and part-time driving positions available with weekly pay, dependable home time, 24/7 dispatch support, and 100% no-touch freight. New to the road, training is available. CDL students and recent driving graduates are welcome because everyone deserves a strong start and a solid team behind them. Learn more at bottomleyenterprises.com. Call 336-673-3058 or visit them at 452 Oak Grove Church Road in Mount Airy. Bottomley Enterprises, driven to deliver and proud supporters of your Blue Ridge Bobcats.
At Bottomley Evergreens and Farms, quality isn't optional, it's tradition. From premium evergreens to trusted farm services, we deliver the
9:29 to go in our Ashabak Ford first period. The Bobcats to the Hitachi Energy power play for the first time tonight. Hlavak over to Kozyrev. Martin tried to tap it back to the point. Broken up by Gullo, held in by Hlavak. Mercurio. Stuckless pivots with it. Backhander squeezed in between the pads by Rutherford. Both teams come into this one with identical power play percentages, 22%. PD has a slight edge in penalty killing at 79 compared to Blue Ridge's 78 on the PK. Martin wins the draw. Hlavak soccers it to the forehand. Down the wall, Mercurio. Martin one-timed it off the pad of Rutherford. Loose along the wall. Hamilton fanned on the clear. Got help from Bedard, or I should say Zaitchik, and out it goes. Schramm will leave it behind the net. Hlavak fakes out Gullo. Closed in on by him and Frolov. Now rink wide. Martin rushes in. Martin shouldered away by Abdella, trying to drag it around him. Abdella knocks it loose. They'll battle for it. Oh, what a feed in front! Score! Hlavak off the deflection. Backhands it in. Out of the net, Bell scramble and ties the game. Wacky sequence there, but it's a power play goal. The 8th of the year for Hlavak and his 6th on the power play. Kozirev is credited with the goal. Martin and Mercurio pick up the assist, but it definitely looked like Hlavac's the one that backhanded in, and I think Jimmy Milliken's going to inform the scorer's box of that right now. Pizzamenti, shouldered by Daly. Welsh lost his footing. Now back on to Daly. Andrioli is the 10th forward tonight. No Brandon Reller, no Damon Furuseth. Sent ahead by Wilson. Wilson closed in on by Andrioli and Rodchenko. There's two guys you don't want to get hit by, and he did get hit by Andrioli. McHugh digs it away, takes the hit to make the play. Daly, Andrioli a little eager there. Daly's going to have to drop it back. Rodchenko will reset. Here's Rodchenko. Nicely stretched on to Podrazov. Podrazov shoots one. Glove save. Rutherford. Bobcats starting to find their footing now. Shots 11-9. They've tied the game thanks to the power play goal by Hlavac with 7:37 left. And Rashabach forward first period. Make that 11-10 on the shot counter now. Mercurio to take the draw. Tied up off it, pops loose. Razilov rims it around the wall. Frolov, rink wide, leg off. Leg off into the zone. Back over to Zaitchik, off the skate of Mercurio. Frolov. Delays, sends it wide off a stick. Foot race for it. St. Pierre and Zaitchik are tied up. That's poked out to center. Della Savita will dump it in. Around it goes. The referee took a tumble there. St. Pierre has it picked off by Legov. Pops into the air thanks to the stick of Rodchenko, and it was played with a high stick, says the backside official. So we'll bring it back into the offensive zone for PD with exactly 7 minutes remaining in our Aschenbach forward first period.
Jersey, assistant captain number 23, Mike Mercurio. Get your tickets right here.
Here's Erickson. He'll play it around. Hlavac rims it ahead off the stanchion and out to center. Hamilton wanted icing, not going to get it. Gallagher ties him up. Ergonite sends it ahead. McGill Diaz backhands it on. Robinson. Walled off by Erickson. Four-man scrum for it in the corner. Banked up the wall. Ergonite delays. Trying to shoot one. Instead, he'll rim it around. Robinson centers. Taken to the wall by Erickson. Centering pass. Broken up now off Ergonite and out. Oh, that was close. Rutherford out of his net to play it. He'll snap it around to an empty spot. Wilson gets to it. Now over to McGill Diaz. McGill Diaz banks it into the zone. Alvo nicely pivots it over for Gallagher. Rink wide, Craig. Sachets around Welsh. Craig into the zone. Rips one just wide. Got his own rebound. That was blocked. Gallagher backhands it on goal, and it's stopped by Rutherford. .5:59 to go in our Aschenbach forwards first period. Reminder, stay with us at our first intermission. We'll chat with Aaron Ryback about his recovery, and PD wins the D-zone draw. Bedard on to Frolov. Or I should say Elijah Wilson. He'll dump it in. Hit Alvo from behind. Alvo sends it ahead, though, to Stuckless. Banked on looking for Daly. It's picked off by Bedard at center. And now dumped back in by Welsh. Theodore picks it up in front of the dot. Over to Andrioli. He'll backhand it on to Daly. Nicely back between the legs for Stuckless. Stuckless centers. Daly had it tied up. Andrioli couldn't settle it. Now does. Poked away by Frolov. Frolov drops it leg off. Around Rodchenko. Wraps back of the goal. Centers. Nobody home. Rutherford sends it ahead to Razilov as Frolov lost an edge. Leg off around Rodchenko once more. Shoots it, shouldered away by Schrum. Rebound, they score! No, that's got to be a high stick. Immediately, Wojtek Zemlika saying, we want to look at that. That looked pretty clearly above the crossbar. Officials are talking about it. Immediately, everybody on the Bobcats bench started waving. Going to bring the linesman over and Captain Danny Martin as well. Who knows? We may not need to look at it. They might reverse it here. Wojtek Zemlika is looking at it on the bench. McGill Diaz is getting the explanation. No goal! Kenny Monis, after discussion, waves it off. We remain tied. Second Friday night matchup between these two in a row. And a goal was waved off. So now Gary Graham's going to get the explanation. He understandably is not pleased. But from our vantage point here, it certainly looked like Frolov's stick was above the crossbar when he made contact with that puck. I know opening day was yesterday, but and now PD wants to look at it. Now they can challenge. Since the ruling was reversed to no goal, PD has the option to challenge, and they have taken it. Remember, there are cameras above each net here inside Hitachi Energy Arena, and that is what our officiating crew is looking at right now on the iPad with assistance from off-ice official Steele Scott. I mean, if you're PD, even if you were adamant that it wasn't, or even if you had some doubt, still challenge it. Considering it was on the ice originally a goal, why not take a shot and challenge it? And there's got to, of course, be definitive evidence here to overturn it, given that the official call on the ice was no goal. They have to find conclusive evidence that Legoff's stick, or I should say Frolov's stick, was below the crossbar. We're going to keep it here during the review. Second game in a row, we've had a fairly lengthy review. or stand by. At our first intermission, Aaron Ryback will be here.
In the crowd from 1984 to 1990, Ron served in the Navy's 6th Fleet as a communications specialist with top secret clearance. His job was to encrypt and decrypt messages. In 1986, while stationed in the Mediterranean Sea, Ron participated in Operation El Dorado Canyon in response to the Libyan dictator Mohammed Gaddafi's sponsorship of terrorism against the United States. The operation sent U.S. naval aircraft and Air Force fighter jets across Gaddafi's self-proclaimed line of death in the Gulf of Sidra to destroy terrorist strongholds in Libya. Ron was awarded the Sea Service Ribbon for his sea service battle on board Navy vessels. Ron's also a two-time cancer survivor. He's traveled all the way from his home in Florida to be with us tonight. Ron, thank you for your courageous service to our country, and thanks for being here tonight. Let's go Bobcats!
Off and on ice officials huddle around the iPad here. That was our media timeout, but we are going to keep it here during the length of this review. Make sure you don't miss the call if there is one. Oftentimes it's trying to find the right timestamp on that 24/7, 365 camera. Miguel Diaz awaits patiently with bated breath at the red line, as do we. Some players skating around trying to stay fresh here during the delay. Again, there has to be indisputable evidence indicating that Frolov's stick was underneath the crossbar. If you're unaware of the rule, a high stick is determined, as far as when a goal is scored, is determined by the stick's relation to the height of the crossbar. If the player's stick stands above the crossbar, even by a hair, an eyelash, it is nullified, no goal. So we have a verdict. It is a good goal. Wow. So Frolov thought he scored. He did. Then he didn't. Now he has. So I'm not sure if the on-ice ruling was altered so that they could overturn it. Of course, they have angles that we don't. So clearly they had an angle that determined Frolov's stick was in a legal position under the crossbar, or far enough underneath it. Andrioli intercepts. He'll backhand one, deflected just over top of the net. Now picked off by Robinson. He'll chop it ahead and dump it into the cross side. Alvo sends his man down and the stick flying in the process, and now sends it ahead looking for Andrioli on the stretch. Andrioli gets to it, snaps it over to Daly. He'll shoot off a stick high. Miguel Diaz, that's off the skate of Daly. Stuckless intercepts, back ahead for Andrioli, picked off by Hamilton. Now Abdella. Hamilton. Blocked by Alvo at the red line. Sticked out of midair by Pizzamenti. Over to the far side, Welsh tied up by Daly. And now worked free to Alvo. Alvo to Theodore. Theodore on to Daly. Knocked away in the middle. Stuck in between skates there This is Bedard down the wall, tied up by Daly. Welsh thrown away by Alvo. Daly back around. Alvo knocked down. It's going to be a penalty on Alvo. Cross-checking the call. That was pretty clear. Gave him a nice little two-hander in the back, and that's not going to go over well. 2 for Alvo, on Alvo for cross-checking on Welsh. With 3:43 to go here in the first. So the Bobcats go to the R&R Septic and Plumbing penalty kill for the first time tonight. Erickson tied up. Zajic out there with Frolov, leg off, Razilov, and Wilson. Leg off outside the circle. Left point, Razilov. Now leg off. Back to Razilov, one-timer, gloved by Schramm. .3:23 to go in this Aschenbach Ford first period. Shots are 13-11. Make that 13-12 in favor of the Bobcats, or I should say IceCats. Forgive me, they're both felines. Erickson near corner. Levac banks it ahead. Razilov holds left point. Cross point, Wilson. Fakes it, takes it, patted away by Schramm. It's loose and melted down. And now we have a mass of humanity here as Erickson and Wilson have a hold of one another. Did we mention this is the 8th time of 9 these teams play each other? It goes without saying they don't like each other too much. Especially when one's beaten the other all 7 of the previous occasions. The team that's Ofer is naturally a little miffed at the other. There's been no shortage of physicality from the first time these teams met way back in October. The 3rd week of the regular season down in Florence. Wilson. Top unit still out. Minute 15 left on the R&R Septic and Plumbing penalty kill. Leg off to the point for Razilov. He'll walk the line, backhanded over for leg off, overskated it just a bit. Pinned up by Levac now, keeps it in, backhanded over to Wilson. Wilson delays, picked off by Erickson, backhanded ahead, not out, picked off. Razilov at the point, leg off. Back to Razilov. Now Zajic. Pass blocked by Erickson, Frolov, Zajic. Watched by Mercurio. Leg off holds the line. Now Razilov, 40 seconds. Rink wide, Zajic. Zajic shoots, sticked away by Schramm and cleared by Levac. Rutherford sends it ahead with the Bobcats changing PK unit. Frolov run into by Andrioli, picked up by Legoff. Legoff, centering pass off the stick of Daly. Welsh sent it over to the far side. Daly clears off of him. Under 2 to go in this first. 10 seconds left on the R&R Septic and Plumbing penalty kill. McGill-Dee, or I should say Hamilton, picked off at center by Daly. Andrioli to it with 2, with 1. 3 Alvo, full strength. Andrioli over to Daly. Around McGill-Diaz. McGill-Diaz rips it to the near side. Andrioli gets to it. Sends it up the wall, picked off by Gullo. Andrioli knocked it away for a moment. Now Welsh sends it over to Levac. Bank it ahead and out. Daly sticks it down at center to nullify icing. Hamilton in the final minute 15 of this first period. Hamilton stepped up on it, the line, able to morse it ahead to Gullo. Gullo's centering pass is off a stick. Stays in play off the top of the back glass. Levac around to Erickson, D to D. Erickson. High flip, looking for Martin, couldn't find him. Stick down by Gallagher, dropped to Martin. Martin, backdoor for Craig, couldn't get it to the stick. Alvo dumps back in from center. Everybody touches back up. Pizzamenti lost it. Craig tied up. Martin trying to recover and does. Shoots it, redirected, and then swept away from danger by Abdella. Alvo, oh baby, huge hit. Now Gallagher trying to send it in front, now a fight. Alvo, a couple lefts on Abdella, and the linesmen step in. Alvo punished the PD player. That was Froloff, who's slow to get up. Abdella took exception to the hit, stuck up for his teammate, but the hit by Alvo, from our perspective, certainly looked clean and created a scoring opportunity. And Froloff needs some help here. PD trainer who travels with the team is out assisting, as is Josh Stevens, Dr. Josh Stevens from the Bobcats side. Froloff appears to be limping and favoring that right side. Again, the hit, from our perspective, it looked clean. Not sure if it was high or not. Maybe just an awkward angle. We'll have to go back and look at it, but there was no penalty on the play, on the hit, that is. We do have the fighting majors. We'll see if they give Abdella an extra. Good job. 5 each for fighting. Let's play on. That's good old-time hockey. Good clean hit by Alvo. Abdella didn't like it. He stood up for his teammate. Alvo answered the bell. That's taken care of. Let's keep playing. Shots are 16-12 PD. Mercurio to take the neutral zone draw. Here's St. Pierre. He'll dump it in. Rutherford behind the net. Razilov. Oh, bit of miscommunication there, but they got away with it. Nearly picked off by Pedrazov. 15 seconds. Robinson ahead. He's knocked off it, but able to get it into the zone. St. Pierre in the final 10. St. Pierre was 7. Kozyrev was 6. Banked off of Robinson. Pedrazov trying to glove it down. Hack and whack time, and that'll do it. We told you we had a surprise at the first intermission, and we have it. Aaron Ryback, welcome back to Hitachi Energy Arena, brother. How are you?
Thanks, Brett. It's good to be back. I'm doing all right considering the circumstances, but yeah, it's nice to be back in a familiar place.
Everybody's super glad to see you. I know the sentiment around the arena all day long, all week long, really. Everybody was super pumped for this night. Of course, I've got one of the shirts on. The merchandise is great. Before we get into things, tell people how they can go get some of that merchandise and how they can help.
Yeah, so you can go on the Bobcats website, I believe, and do an order there. And then there's also a GoFundMe page that was set up by Jack Graves. He's a season ticket holder and a good friend of the Fayetteville Marksmen. So you can go on GoFundMe, just search Aaron Ryback, and you can find it in there.
And the post that the Bobcats put out on their social media earlier in the week does have the link to that GoFundMe in the post. So if you can't find it on GoFundMe, head to the Bobcats Facebook, look at that post. It's pinned to the top of the profile. Click on the post. The link's clickable from there. But tell us what things have been like for you recovery-wise since last February.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a slow process. The nerves take a long time to heal. So trying to stay positive every day. Obviously, some days are better than others, but I've got a really good support group from the hockey community and my family and friends in the Fayetteville area and back at home in Winnipeg. Just a lot of rehab. I'm still at the rink with the marksmen every day and kind of helping out where I can, and but really trying to put my health first now. And it's been obviously a long 13 months, but slowly we're getting in the right direction.
And you're in a way better spot than I'm sure a lot of folks have been that might have suffered an injury like that, and it's a testament to what you really set forth when you were here in your time here in Blue Ridge was your work ethic and your will, and that's been evident ever since the injury. And your service dog Penny, of course, has been a huge aspect of that as well.
Yeah, no, she I appreciate that, Brett, but I tell everyone she saved my life. She has been unbelievable. She's been by my side every day since I adopted her in July, and going through the service training with her has been both great for her and I, and I'm very grateful that I ended up with her.
And I'm sure she's grateful as well. She seems like the absolute perfect service dog, and we know how important those hardworking pup-fessionals, as we call them, are, especially in a situation like yours.
They early on it was obviously hard to get out of bed and get off the couch, so she gave me a purpose to get up and take care of her, and it's been great. Her and I have been growing together. So
how are things with the family? I know you're of course since day one here. That was important to you as well. You're a huge family man, and it's a well-respected part of your life and your career as well. So tell us how the family's doing.
Yeah, know what? They're doing well. It's obviously tough for them with me being so far away, but I was able to get home for a month this summer and spend some time with them. Got home for Christmas for the first time in 7 years, so that was nice. Our family's growing too. My sister's got a little girl right now and another one on the way, so I'm excited for that. And while hockey takes a back seat, being an uncle and a dog dad is kind of my priority, and it's been nice to get to spend some time with them. And it's tough for them. They especially for my mom, she when I got home, she was like, I just want to make things better. And so providing me with what they can has been great. Their support's been awesome, and they're just as much as part of the journey as everyone else has been. And obviously I rely on them a lot with phone calls and just bouncing stuff off them and whatnot. So when the time comes when I'm able to get home and be with them full time again, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, back home in Winnipeg, I'm not going to ask you to bring up anything that happened in last year's Stanley Cup playoffs. Still a wound for this old Blues fan, is with 63 seconds left, my dad and I were hugging, and then the next moment we were throwing things at the television. Anyways, we won't rehash that. Tell us, of course, still involved with the game with the marksman, and I'm sure that was important for you in the course of everything to stay involved in something that really was your entire life.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously hard still being in the stands and watching and not having a direct impact on the ice. But like you said, sticking around the team, and, I'm in there every day having coffee with the fellas and, just trying to be as best of an asset as I can for the organization. And I'm at every home game, been on a couple road trips. So, they've done a fantastic job of keeping me involved and allowing me to kind of find out what's next for me with hockey.
And tell Drew Blevins we said hello. Tell him that his fledgling little intern is still kicking it.
I will.
Back from when he was we were both with the Carolina Thunderbirds in 2019, and I had no facial hair. I still don't have as much as you, but that's another story for another time. Let's wrap things up here. Once again, remind folks how they can purchase merchandise, how they can help.
Yep, you can purchase it online on the team's website. You can find it attached to the Facebook page, and then again with the GoFundMe, if you just search up Aaron Ryback GoFundMe, or if you're in the website and you just search my name, you can find it all there.
Let's end it here. What's the support been like all day today and throughout it ever since from the fans here in Blue Ridge?
Yeah, it's there's a lot of emotion and it's very overwhelming. You know, I've kind of said from the get-go there'll never be enough thank yous to kind of repay the support that I've gotten, and especially in the Blue Ridge fan base here, walking into the rink today, seeing all the staff wearing the merch, you know, seeing familiar faces, seeing some of my former teammates on both sides has been really good.
Yeah, and it's a pleasure to have you. I mean, granted, you were only here for a short time, but in that time, as we said in the video, you made a huge impact on a roster that at that time was a very, very young team, and it taught a lot of guys very early on how they should play, how they should act away from the rink. And if I've said it once, I've said it a million times. If you were not here then, we would not have gotten to where we did at the end of last year, and now the aspirations are even higher. So I'll end it here. Not sure how much you've been able to tune in, but what have you seen from Coach Zemi and so far this season?
Yeah, you know, I keep tabs. I check in on the league website every once in a while and see how the team's doing. And, you know, from my perspective, it's great to see that hockey is thriving here. Very excited for the team's playoff push, especially with what's at stake this weekend. So haven't watched as many games as I would have liked to, but I check in when I can, and you know, they've been playing good hockey. So yeah, I'm excited to see the rest of this game and kind of how the rest of the season goes for the boys.
And thoughts on the first period there?
Yeah, you know what? Good physical play. Great hit in the last minute there by Stevie. I played with him a number of years ago in Birmingham and against him in the SP and whatnot. So good physical play, answered the bell, held his own. You know, hopefully use that momentum here going into the second period.
Aaron Ryback, welcome home, buddy. We're glad to have you.
Thanks, Brett. I appreciate it.
Once again, go to bobcatsmerch.com. The Ryback hats, hoodies, and T-shirts are on the homepage. Or head to GoFundMe. Just search up Aaron Ryback. Rybes, we love you, buddy. We hope to see you again soon.
Yep, appreciate it, Brett. Thank you.
We'll send it to a timeout, check scores around the FPHL, and get you set for the With Home Services second period when we return.
This is definitely going to need to get wiped down.
It's a good thing we don't use that one off.
Yeah.
Great stuff, buddy. Appreciate it. That's why there's not that many people here tonight, because there are not people that come down. The Alvo has like a whole fan club that just comes down from the world. It's crazy.
It's funny, like, his fiance, he met when we played. The first time they met each other was in my heart. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
We make it easy at Ashtonback Ford and Ashtonback Chevrolet GMC right here in Wytheville. New Ford, Chevrolet, or GMC? Easy. Prime pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs? Easy. Flatbeds, cabs, and chassis, work vans? Easy. Your hometown dealers make it easy to get rolling in just the right vehicle for you. If we don't have it, we'll get it. We love our community, and it's our job to make automotive easy for you. Ashtonback Ford and Ashtonback Chevrolet GMC.
So we've all heard the jingle, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, right? Well, here at Tommy Hunley's office, they literally are your neighbors. They're right here in town. They're on 6th Street in Wytheville, right downtown, right across from the municipal offices. Seriously, they are your neighbors. So let's go inside and find out. Auto, home, life, whatever you need insurance-wise, they got you covered. And look at that. They're clad in Bobcat blue and gold. Where else would you want to go for your insurance needs other than a place that's literally littered with Bobcats fans? That's the best thing. And you know what's even better than that? This is Tommy Hunley and his dog. Dogs and cats can get along. That is a thing. Tommy, tell us a little bit about what you guys do here at Tommy Hunley.
We have got a little bit of everything: auto, fire, life, and business insurance. We just love for you to give us a call, and it's 276-228-3149. Go Bobcats.
Go Bobcats. Let's go Bobcats! Standing high atop the crest of the Blue Ridge Mountains, Big Walker Lookout offers some of the most scenic views of the Blue Ridge Mountains anywhere in Southwest Virginia. Located at 8711 Stony Fork Road in Wytheville, Big Walker Lookout has become one of the area's most iconic landmarks for its wealth of scenic beauty. Virginia's oldest privately owned scenic attraction has been owned by the same family for over 75 years. Big Walker Lookout and Big Walker Country Store pride themselves on being family owned and operated and feature more than 25 local artisans, crafters, and musicians that demonstrate their talents each weekend from May through October. There's always something to do any time of year at Big Walker Lookout and BW Country Store, 8711 Stony Fork Road in Wytheville. Come see why Big Walker Lookout has become an area icon.
At Solmic America, you're not a number. You're part of the family.
People are everything, really the core of our business. The mutual trust and respect that we have with our employees is absolutely paramount to how we run this business.
The automotive industry is a fast-paced environment. There's a lot of opportunity for growth.
We continue to invest in technology and people to be able to support the technology we're investing in.
Whether it's from benefits to time off to supporting community activities, Solmic America has always been there for us.
We're not just making car parts. We're investing in our people in the communities that we serve.
If you have drive in this company, you can always find opportunity.
It's a very good opportunity.
I would highly recommend Solmic America as a career path.
At Camret Logistics, services are tailored to fit the unique warehousing and logistics needs of businesses of all shapes and sizes throughout Southwest Virginia. From secure food-grade storage to full-spectrum 3PL solutions, they deliver flexible, scalable options designed to enhance operational efficiency and reduce costs. With a forward-thinking approach and proven expertise, Camret is equipped to meet the demands of today and anticipate the needs of tomorrow. Stop by their main office and warehouse located at 2460 North 4th Street in Wytheville. Give them a call at 276-625-8100 or visit them online at camret.com. Camret Logistics, solutions for manufacturing that go just beyond warehousing, where logistics never stands still.
Ready for a fresh new style that makes an impression? At Turning Heads Salon in Wytheville, our expert stylists deliver bold color, flawless cuts, and personalized looks that make you feel your best every time, because at Turning Heads Salon, we turn your head while you turn theirs. Book your appointment today. Call 276-2297-0588 or visit us at 665 East Main Street, Wytheville, Virginia. Turning Heads Salon, where confidence begins and style never stops.
This is Bob. Bob thinks he's going fishing, but not today. He has work to do. But Bob didn't plan ahead, and he's skipping an important first step. Bob should have contacted Virginia 811 first. By having his underground utilities marked, he would have known there was a telecommunication line right where he was digging. Sorry, Bob. You now have a bigger problem to deal with. Don't rush the job. Plan ahead with Virginia 811. Learn more at va811.com.
The Bill Cole Auto Mall is your go-to destination for incredible deals on new and certified pre-owned vehicles.
With every purchase, you get the Bill Cole Advantage absolutely free, which includes a lifetime powertrain warranty, plus get our free premium ceramic coating process with 3-year paint and interior protection.
The no-cost Cole Connect app offers a $10,000 theft recovery guarantee, vehicle health reports, recall notifications, and service reminders. Visit us today to unlock the Bill Cole Advantage or go to BillColeAutomall.com.
Imagine a place where small moments can lead to a life-changing impact. Where each interaction builds trust and sight. Where expertise leads to clarity. Where a small act of kindness can make all the difference. Vistar Eye Center. Putting you in focus.
Conveniently located where I-81 meets I-77, the Super 8 Fort Chiswell offers you easy access to southwestern Virginia's best natural attractions. Travel along the Blue Ridge Parkway and visit New River Trail State Park for great trails, horseback riding, and boating. Fish at Clater Lake, explore Jefferson National Forest, and play around at Draper Valley Golf Course. Our complimentary 8-item Super Start breakfast is a great way to begin each day, and you'll have access to free Wi-Fi for staying in touch with home and work. And you can always get fresh brewed coffee in the lobby. Get a great night's sleep in one of our comfy beds. There's high-speed internet access in your room at no charge, along with HBO movies on TV. You'll have a coffee and tea maker, and refrigerators are available. When you visit the Max Meadows area, stay with us at the Super 8 Fort Chiswell.
Imagine a place where small moments can lead to a life-changing impact. Where each interaction builds trust and sight. Where expertise leads to clarity. Where a small act of kindness can make all the difference. Vistar Eye Center. Learn how you can make an impact at vistareye.com/careers.
Hey Bobcat fans, it's Johnny with Odell's Landscape and Lawn Care. For all your fall cleanup and winter landscape and lawn care needs, give us a call at 540-392-5052 or odellslawnCare.com. Take it away, girls.
Let's go Bobcats!
This is Roar County.
Roar!
Period. For Wiseman alongside you, want to thank Aaron Ryback once again for hopping on the broadcast with us at intermission. He'll be joining Tom Callahan at the second intermission over on the PD broadcast if you want to hear more from Aaron. So inviting you to hop over there for that. Here's Timur Razilov. He'll shoot one. That's deflected wide. St. Pierre hops to it and banks it to center. Leg off. Swings it over to Razilov. He'll bank it ahead Zaitchik. Zaitchik swings it over. Radchenko couldn't get to it. Here's Frolov trying to center it and played back to Razilov. And now banked ahead and in. Radchenko now around a diving leg off, picked off by Zaitchik. Backhanded to Della Savita. Up the wall, Zaitchik poked away. Podrazov able to clear it away to an empty spot near side. Razilov beats Kozyrev to it. Kozyrev nearly picked his pocket. Dumped in by Della Savita. McGill Diaz, first one to it. Broken up by Stuckless, who then lost his, well, it was Kozyrev, I should say, that lost his stick. Podrazov able to backhand it to the hash marks. McGill Diaz intercepts. 2-1 PD. Now Robinson deflects that one wide. Gullo to Ergonite. Ergonite, shot blocked. Now a foot race for it. Martin and Ergonite. Ergonite, first one to it. Sends it around. McGill Diaz settles onto Robinson. He'll bank it into the zone. Erickson first one to it behind the net. Run into by Gullo. Massive size disadvantage there. And Erickson takes advantage of the disadvantage for Gullo. Pins him to the wall. PD holds it in. Robinson hit by Hlavak. Gullo, credit to him, powered through Erickson. Centered it, broke it up. Hlavak backhands it on to Gallagher. Gallagher onto the tape of Martin. Martin trying to go back to Gallagher. He was tied up by De La Savita. Gallagher, pass picked off. Nicely read by Gullo onto Welsh. Welsh backhands it in. Erickson collides with Welsh behind the net. Erickson picks it up. Banks it off the wall. Not out yet. Held in by Hamilton. Welsh. Centering pass broken up. Denver Craig weaves his way ahead. Poke checked at the line by Razilov. Now a 2-on-1. Pizzamenti shoots. Squeezed by the pads of Schrum. 17 and a half to go in our With Home Services second period. We have our first whistle. Zaitchik against Stuckless in the dot. Leg off the face-off win. Shoots Schrum, shoulder save, and a whistle. As a stick explodes, Schrum's mask comes off. And that is the reason for the automatic whistle. So the North Shores, Michigan native will adjust his headgear. Has stopped 15 of 17 so far. Alvo and Abdella remain in the box. Probably until the first media timeout, considering their scrap was with 28.8 left. Leg off, shoots, shouldered away again by Schrum. Banked ahead, Zaitchik taps it low. Theodore over, Podrazov taps it ahead. Hamilton, did he hold it in? Yes. Everyone touches up. Redchenko on to Podrazov, now Kozirev. Here comes Cozy through center. Redchenko a one-timer, missed wide. Out it goes, Legoff's free, up the far side, behind the net. Oh, what a hip check by Theodore. Legoff back to it, nicely poked away by Podrazov, who's then pinned up by Zaitchik. Legoff, Frolov, Hamilton scores. Deflected in by Legoff, 3-1. 16:40 to go. PD's controlled most of the Ozone possession time. And they've taken advantage of it. That's Legoff's team leading 38th of the season. Well, now ties him for the team lead with the absent Patrick Marcinkiewicz. Daly plays it over to Stuckless. He'll weave his way into the zone. That's knocked away. Daly to it. Backhander. Deflected wide. Battles along with Ergonite. Daly behind the net. Tied up. Sends it low. Ergonite beats Andrioli to it. Up the wall, Robinson. Stuckless intercepts, shoots. Gloved by Rutherford. He'll hang on to it. 16:11 to go, and this crowd, more subdued than they were when the period started, is still looking for something to cheer about. Shots are 19-14. Stuckless to take the draw. Bedard off the face-off win, sends it ahead. St. Pierre couldn't settle it. He's hit hard by McGill Diaz. Andrioli sends his man down. Robinson has it stuck underneath him. Dug out of there, held in by Bedard. He'll shoot, that's redirected wide. Rebound, Robinson slammed by Schrum on the doorstep. 15:51 to go. in this with home services second period. Shots down 21-14 Bobcats. Update from Binghamton. Danbury and Binghamton are scoreless at the end of one. Of course, we'll be keeping lots of tabs on that. Denver Craig near side. Banks it ahead. Della Savita. Pass fanned on. Erickson behind Craig, able to settle it. And it's picked off at center. Martin returns the favor. Martin drags, drops. Gallagher centered. Craig tripped up. Held on to by Rutherford. And we get a whistle. Has all kinds of chaos in between the hash marks right there. Timur Razilov is guilty. Meanwhile, Abdella and Alvo are free from their fighting sentences. Abdella will trade spots in the box with Razilov, who sits for tripping at 4:31 of the with home services second period. Bobcats 1 for 1 on the Hitachi Energy power play tonight. Lavac's 8th goal of the season and his 6th on the man advantage. He's also had 1 shorthanded and 1 even strength. Remember, he had the shorthanded game winner on the breakaway coming out of the box after a 5-on-3 PK against Port Huron back in November. That sent this place into a frenzy. And referee is standing at the entry door here. Maybe some ice maintenance. That's something PD's accustomed to. Their ice was too thin to even play on last week. There's an extra little snowbank for the far post and in the goal crease. Maybe partially to blame for Rutherford losing his footing there. And both benches are drawing up and discussing things. And Gary Graham was not here the last time PD was. It was a pair of assistants that were taking his place. He was suspended at the time after a fracas with the Monroe Moccasins that preceded that week. He got a 2-game suspension and had to stay home that weekend. Or 3-game suspension and had to stay home that weekend.
5052. Or check them out on Facebook once again, Odell's Landscaping and Lawn Care.
Shots 21-14. Martin tied up off the draw. Lavac, somehow able to hold that in and shoots off the crossbar and over the netting, out of play. Look out, Trevor. We'll talk about a seeing eye wrister. Puck was on edge from the blue line, on top of it, and he rang the bar. Kozirev works it over to Martin. Down low, Mercurio. Overskated it just a bit, now slams on the brakes. Hamilton can't clear. Martin far corner. Sets up outside the circle. Down low, Stuckless. Bank to the point, Lavac. Point to point, Mercurio into the middle, Martin. Back to Lavac. Kozirev settles, waits. Rink wide, Mercurio off the stick of Zaitchik and out. Levac banks it ahead. Goes here and back for Mercurio. Now on to Martin. Martin charges in. Powers down low, back of the goal. Slams on the brakes, changes direction. Banks it to Levac. One-timer, deflected, rebound. Oh, Mercurio missed a wide open net. Oh my goodness. And now Frolov back the other way. Lost his footing. Oh, how did Mercurio miss that? Rutherford had no idea the puck was even over there. Gallagher now. Stopped by Rutherford on the power drive. Gallagher got it back. Shoots it. Shouldered away. Miguel Diaz. Banks it ahead and out. 30 seconds. Alvo. Gallagher off a skate. Picked up by McHugh. McHugh speeds in. Centered it. Broken up. 10 seconds. Alvo. Time for one more rush. McHugh. Back to Alvo. Back to McHugh. Little too far. Sent in by Robinson. That was broken up at the line. Petrezov digs it out, but Razulov's free. Gallagher taps it into the zone. We're back to 5 aside. Gallagher fights around Abdella. Hits the deck. Gets it back from McHugh. Behind the net. Up the wall, Daly. To the point, St. Pierre couldn't hold it. Alvo holds at center. Sends it ahead, Daly. Daly weaves away and dumps it in. Around it goes from Rutherford. Here's Denver Cray, should say Andrioli. Andrioli, back to the point, St. Pierre shoots it. Deflected. It's loose in front. McHugh fanned on it, got it back. McHugh back to St. Pierre. Shoots one, squeezed by Rutherford. And we'll head to immediate timeout. 12:46 to go, 3-1 PD.
The difference between a life being saved and a life not being saved is somebody having the confidence to do CPR.
What do you see? I see a delicious looking bottle of beer dripping with beauty from head to toe. She's just missing a lime. Not your ordinary lime, a lime that's pre-packaged, non-exposed to the germs most commonly found in your local exotic bars. How about we take it a step further? This pre-packaged vegan gummy is infused with real juice, electrolytes, vitamins, and is cheaper than your store-bought limes, but tastes better. A beauty she is. Fruit droppers. Keep your fingers off my fruit. Available in all fruit flavors.
In business and servicing Southwest Virginia for over 2 decades, R&R Septic and Plumbing offers septic system cleaning and installation, grease traps, plumbing services, water and sewer services, grading, land clearing, site prep, heavy equipment excavating and demolition, as well as rental.
Back here inside Hitachi Energy Arena, Bobcats chasing 2 with 12:46 to go in period 2. Shots are 22-20 PD. Man goes down there. It's Zaitchik. Mercurio intercepts. Petrezov missed high. Here is Rodchenko. He'll hold the line and shoot. That squeezed once more by Rutherford. Second glorious chance in a matter of minutes. Mercurio had a wide open net on the power play, and I think the puck just hopped on edge as soon as he went to shoot it. 12.5 to go in the With Home Services second period. Mercurio to take the draw. I should say, yes, that is Mercurio to take the draw. He's tied up on it. Petrezov can't get it away from Frolov. Good to see him back out there after taking that hit from Steven Alvo and limping off. Petrezov could not get it at center. Here's Legoff. Away from Mercurio. Legoff into the zone. Muscles it on goal. Schrum sticked it away. Around to Rodchenko. Pivots on Frolov. Nice move. Dennis blocked. Frolov. Now down low. Poked away by Schrum. Redchenko couldn't get it away from Pizamenti. Now Frolov knocked away. Pedrazov. Gonna hop on the Jets here for Kozyrev. Drop pass Mercurio. Drags. Shoots! Rutherford barely kept it out. He didn't know if he had it or not. Looked behind him to see if it leaked through, and it nearly did. Mercurio almost had a redemption arc right there. Shots out even at 22. 11:46 to go in the With Home Services second period. Martin, Craig, Gallagher. PD wins the D-zone draw. Hoisted ahead by Hamilton. The length. This should be icing, and it will be. Maybe a bit of a later whistle than we expected, but icing nonetheless. 11:39 to go here in the second. Shots even at 22. Here is Craig. He'll backhand it around. Gallagher. Couldn't get it away from one defender. Erickson holds at the point. Deflected wide. Craig trying to get there. Gallagher nearly did behind the net. Ergonite. Pizamenti. Wilson. Wilson into the zone. Wilson shoots. Sticked away by Schrum. Pizamenti. Rims it around. Glove down by Hlavaxin onto Craig. Couldn't settle it. Hamilton. Ergonite. Tapped in by Welsh. Hlavac got a piece of it along the wall. And he's got it behind the cage. Banked ahead Martin. Now over for Denver, Craig. Craig goes between the legs of one defender. Gets it into the zone. Craig behind the net. Centered it. Tapped away by Abdella, who tied Gallagher up. Now Robinson. Robinson speeds down the wing. Behind the net. Centered it. Broken up by Alvo. Alvo stretched it on, looking for Craig. Couldn't find him. Rutherford out of his net to play it. Up the wall. And now kicked out to center. Alvo trying to bank it ahead. If PD touches it, that's a hand pass. But Stuckless does. Stuckless up the near wing. That's off the skate of Bedard. Andrioli leaves it. Daly with a chance. That's deflected wide. Alvo to it near point. Drags, shoots, blocked in front. Daly sent it ahead, picked off by McGill Diaz and cleared to center. Alvo fanned on it. Played it away from Robinson. Gullo dumps it in. Off the linesman. And now Gullo, or I should say Alvo will pick it up over to Stuckless. He'll shoot. That's deflected high off the back glass. Andrioli throws leg off to the wall. Works it free. Puck's knocked off him by Frolov. Now leg off into the zone. Stepped up on by Redchenko. Intercepted by St. Pierre. St. Pierre swings his way through center. Poked away by Razilov. St. Pierre returned the favor. Razilov banks to center. Redchenko into the zone he goes. That's deflected. Kozyrev got it. Redchenko tried to go back to him. He'll recover it along the wall. Kozyrev had it knocked away. Now leg off. Leg off. Drags. Centers. Intercepted by Kozyrev. Kozyrev into the middle, able to get it to center. Della Savita for Razilov. Now back for Della Savita. Back to Razilov. He'll tap it into the zone. Redchenko, look out. Welsh coming from behind, able to play it away from him. Up the wall to Kozyrev. Picked off by Pizamenti. Welsh touches up onside. Pizamenti rims it around. Hamilton for Welsh. That's broken up. Hamilton run into by Martin and Kozyrev. Glove down at center by Welsh. Moves back ahead to Martin. Back for St. Pierre. St. Pierre forced wide. Slams on the brakes. Centered for Martin. Couldn't find it. Poked away by Craig. Martin. Puck's loose. Craig couldn't get to it. Gallagher can't hold the line. Welsh Gets it into the zone. Erickson settles. Erickson able to battle through contact. Looking for Craig. Couldn't find him. Foot race. Oh, my goodness. Blown dead for icing, although Craig was even with him. Certainly looked like it was even, but a half stride ahead at the hashes means icing. And a timeout. 3-1 PD.
All-new Blue Line Bar and Spirits, located at concession number 4 inside the Hitachi Energy Arena. Check out our brand new lineup featuring ice-cold draft beer. This month's taps include Natural Light and Seven Sisters IPA. We're also serving up a fresh selection of RTD alcoholic drinks, including screwdrivers, margaritas, Jack and Cola, Crown Royal Lemonade, Bahama Mamas, Sex on the Beach, Blue Motorcycles, and Long Island Iced Tea. So head over to Blue Line Bar and Spirits, grab your favorite drink, kick back, and enjoy the game while the Bobcats are on the prowl.
Escape the everyday and find your peace at the cottages at Pine Run, where families connect, laughter echoes, and every sunrise feels like a fresh start. Right now, stay 3 nights and get the 4th night free when you book direct at cottagesatpinerun.com. The Cottages at Pine Run. Make room for adventure.
Eversole. Well and Pump offers an array of services to fit your needs, including existing well pump services, well pump installation.
Back here inside Hitachi Energy Arena. Brett Wiseman alongside you. Kelsey Marchand, our camera operator tonight. Kane Akers and Allison Eads, our technical directing duo. Glad you're with us here on the Blue Ridge Hockey Network. Not the score we want to report. 3-1 PD. Over halfway into this one. Dug out of there by Robinson. Now Ergonite shoots. That's deflected and somehow gloved by Schrum. Ergonite looks skyward. Thought he had him beat. Gillo and Gallagher in the dot. Ergonite off the face-off win, down the wall, Robinson. Picked off by Martin, now on to Craig. Craig poked away, Martin recovers. Ahead to Gallagher. Gallagher outside the circle, lost the handle on it. Now Craig. Bobcats trying to get something going to the middle, but PD has forced everything wide. Here's Hamilton. Tapped in by McGill Diaz. PD will change. Redchenko ahead to Craig behind the change. Now Stuckless. Stuckless down the wing. Backhands it around looking for Andrioli. Andrioli. Craig at the end of his shift. Knocked it away from Zaitchik and a high stick on Zaitchik as Craig went down immediately. Now here's the question, is there blood? I couldn't quite see the signal there from the official. Does he have 2 or 4? 2. Giannis Zaitchik, 2 minutes for high sticking at 13:02 of the with home services second period. And the Bobcats to their 3rd Hitachi Energy power play of the night. Being outshot 24-23. Tie up in the dot. Poked out of there. Mercurio tied up with Razilov. 4-man scrum for it. Make it 5. Martin gets it out of there. Oh, had Kozyrev all alone in the middle, but the pass missed the mark. It's been that kind of night. And now Hlavac fans on it. Pizamenti nearly worked it away from him. Crisis averted there as he'll swing it back to Kozyrev. And now over to Mercurio. On to Stucklitz. Stucklitz trying to center. That's broken up. Mercurio recovers. Martin. Now Kozyrev. Kozirev shoots. Rutherford shut it down. Rebound loose and covered by Rutherford. 6:17 to go in the Swift Home Services second period. Minute 19 left on the Hitachi Energy power play. Here's Pedrazov behind the net. Waits. Point Alvo. Deflected just wide. Gallagher, McHugh. Daly below the goal line. Daly back for McHugh. Now Alvo over to Pedrazov. Regains his footing. Tried to shoot it. That was blocked. Daly's got it. Score! A rocket under the bar to pop the bottle. Second PPG of the night. It's a one-goal game. Bobcats are off the mat now. Daly able to toe that to the forehand and ripped it right under the bar, popping the bottle behind Rutherford. Achievement unlocked. '25th shot of the night. That's Daly's 19th of the season. Gallagher and Pedrazov picked up the assist. Gallagher now to 30 points on the season, redirected by Pizzamenti and blocked. Theodore ahead for Daly and chopped ahead to Andrioli. Andrioli's knocked down from behind. Pizzamenti plays it back to Ergonite. Ergonite watched by Stuckless, plays it away from him and around to Hamilton. Daly couldn't get it away there. Wilson trying to go rink wide, fanned on it. You'll notice Stuckless has an A on his sweater. With Daniel Klinecki still on family leave, Stuckless earned the opportunity this week. It was announced by the team at practice on Thursday that Stuckless would have an alternate on his sweater. Andrioli now slams on the brakes. Dragging, shooting, gloved, loose, score! Stuckless banks it home, and this game is tied! Puck was right there on the doorstep. Rutherford never saw it. Stuckless pounded it into the back of the net. 3-all. That's one way to announce your presence with authority as a new assistant captain. Cedric Theodore picks up his first professional point, by the way, with the secondary assist on that. As you might have noticed, Theodore threw the puck to center to make sure somebody got it. Leg off, draws a penalty. Centered, Razilov, gloved by Strum. Leg off, creates havoc quickly, draws a penalty, and PD will have a power play. 2-4, drum roll, hooking on Pedrazov, and a PD power play when we come back. Tied at 3.
At Camret Logistics, services are tailored to fit the unique warehousing and logistics needs of businesses of all shapes and sizes throughout Southwest Virginia. From secure food-grade storage to full-spectrum 3PL solutions, they deliver flexible, scalable options designed to enhance operational efficiency and reduce costs. With a forward-thinking approach and proven expertise, Camret is equipped to meet the demands of today and anticipate the needs of tomorrow. Stop by their main office and warehouse located at 2460 North 4th Street in Wytheville. Give them a call at 276-625-8100 or visit them online at camret.com. Camret Logistics, solutions for manufacturing that go just beyond warehousing, where logistics never stands still.
After Christmas. 4:15 to go in the second. Tie game. PD on the power play. As Legoff picks it up, he drew the penalty. The Russian-born mid-20s forward. He'll dump it in. Around it goes. Erickson banks it ahead. Not out. Wilson holds. Knocked away. Klavak. Oh, that one hit Legoff up high inadvertently. Legoff off to the bench. Martin's going to kill some time. Zajac works it away from him. Now Wilson. And Legoff. That was completely inadvertent. McGill-Diaz shot blocked. McGill-Diaz behind the net. Soccered away by Alvo. Held in at the point by Hamilton. Now McGill-Diaz. Back to Hamilton. Wilson. Centers. Froloff swings it back to McGill-Diaz. Froloff fanned on it. Alvo clears. Rutherford, 3:10 left. 50 seconds remaining on the R&R Septic and Plumbing penalty kill. 3 minutes to go in period 2. Hamilton backhands it in from center. Rodchenko races to it and clears it. Half a minute to go on the PK. Rutherford holds for Hamilton. Hamilton backhands it over, picked off by Daly. Daly shorthanded, shoots, it's loose. Oh, just wide, centered on goal. Andrioli whacking at it, and Rutherford hangs on to it. Wow. What a read right there by Daly at the red line to pick off that pass. Create that shorthanded chance. And Andrioli right there on the doorstep to create some more havoc for Parker Rutherford. 2:32 left in the With Home Services second period. 14 seconds left on the Podrazov hooking penalty. Martin to take the draw. PD wins it. Martin charging ahead, 10 seconds. Bedard ahead, tapped in by Wilson, but he was tied up by Rodchenko. Schrum with 5. On to Erickson with 3. He'll clear with 2, with 1. That's it. We're back to 5 aside with 2:10 to go in period 2. Wilson, Zajac for Pizzamenti. He'll dump it. Zajac tied up by Erickson. Now battle for it behind the net. Craig trying to battle force it ahead. Erickson knocks Zajac off it. Craig, leg swept right there, will play on. Here's Levac. He'll dump it into the cross side. Wilson gets to it and clears it. St. Pierre plays it away from Gullo and now pokes it forward. Stretched on, here's Martin racing to it with a break. Oh, Rutherford somehow got it with the right pad. Are you kidding me? Martin had him, or so we thought. That close, says Aaron Ryback. That close. Oh, 94 seconds left in the middle frame. The birthday boy, almost Tarasenko, tucked it underneath the pad. Here's Daly. He gets it free. They'll battle for it in the circle. Della Savita gets to it. Daly races after him. Banked ahead to Robinson and out. Robinson backhands into the zone. Rodchenko tied up by McGill Diaz. Douglas picks it up out of the scrum. On ahead, held in by Della Savita. Rodchenko for St. Pierre. St. Pierre, Andrioli. Stuckless into the zone, drags off a skate and held on to by Rutherford. Smart play. If you can't get it over to Carson, chances are it's going to hit somebody else in between. That's exactly what happened. And a lot of times when that happens is what almost happened there. Could go through the 5-hole of the goaltender. But Rutherford alertly squeezed the pillows together. Shots now 29-26 Bobcats. They tied this at 3. Mercurio can't win it. Hamilton rips it around, out and all the way down. That should be icing. No icing. Hit a stick on the way down. Mercurio into the zone. Stick lifted from behind by Zaitchik. Hamilton retreats. Ergonite up the wall. That should definitely be icing. Nope, that was deflected too. Maybe I need to see an eye doctor. Picked up by Bedard. Kozyrev almost intercepted it. That one redirected wide. Kozyrev trying to bank it ahead. Frolov's got it. Dropped it. Zaitchik. Zaitchik centers. Ergonite blocked. Kozyrev turns on the Jets. Weaves through center. Now Petrezov. Back to Kozyrev. Shoots. Sticked away with 3, with 2, with 1. That will do it. We got a barn burner on our hands so far. Bobcats win the period 2-1. And we are tied at 3. Now Hlavak and Hamilton having words. Now Hlavak's talking to the linesman. Not sure what precipitated that. McHugh as well speaking to the linesman on his way off. The shots are 30-26. And we remain tied at 3. Good news to report from Binghamton. The Black Bears lead 1-0. They are about 5 minutes into the third period in Binghamton. So we will know the fate of that prior to this game ending, as that one started at 7:05. So keep your eyes peeled to the bottom of your screen throughout the break here. We'll be updating scores around the league, but most importantly, we'll be updating that one if anything changes from that. PD fans, you're in luck too. Twin City down 2-1 to Athens in the second period from Winston-Salem. All right, as pucks are about to be chucked, we'll chuck it to break. 3-3 after 2. Don't go anywhere. A barn burner, Aschenbach Chevrolet GMC third period coming up.
We make it easy at Aschenbach Ford and Aschenbach Chevrolet GMC right here in Wytheville. New Ford, Chevrolet, or GMC? Easy. Prime pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs? Easy. Flatbeds, cabs, and chassis, work vans? Easy. Your hometown dealers make it easy to get rolling in just the right vehicle for you. If we don't have it, we'll get it. We love our community, and it's our job to make automotive easy for you. Aschenbach Ford and Aschenbach Chevrolet GMC.
So we've all heard the jingle, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, right? Well, here at Tommy Hunley's office, they literally are your neighbors. They're right here in town. They're on 6th Street in Wytheville, right downtown, right across from the municipal offices. Seriously, they are your neighbors. So let's go inside and find out. Auto, home, life, whatever you need insurance-wise, they got you covered. And look at that. They're clad in Bobcat blue and gold. Where else would you want to go for your insurance needs? Other than a place that's literally littered with Bobcats fans. That's the best thing. And you know what's even better than that? This is Tommy Hunley and his dog. Dogs and cats can get along. That is a thing. Tommy, tell us a little bit about what you guys do here at Tommy Hunley.
We have got a little bit of everything: auto, fire, life, and business insurance. We just love for you to give us a call, and it's 276-228-3149. Go Bobcats.
Go Bobcats. Let's go Bobcats! Standing high atop the crest of the Blue Ridge Mountains, Big Walker Lookout offers some of the most scenic views of the Blue Ridge Mountains anywhere in Southwest Virginia. Located at 8711 Stony Fork Road in Wytheville, Big Walker Lookout has become one of the area's most iconic landmarks for its wealth of scenic beauty. Virginia's oldest privately owned scenic attraction has been owned by the same family for over 75 years. Big Walker Lookout and Big Walker Country Store pride themselves on being family owned and operated and feature more than 25 local artisans, crafters, and musicians that demonstrate their talents each weekend from May through October. There's always something to do any time of year at Big Walker Lookout and BW Country Store, 8711 Stony Fork Road in Wytheville. Come see why Big Walker Lookout has become an area icon.
At Solmic America, you're not a number. You're part of the family.
People are everything, really the core of our business. The mutual trust and respect that we have with our employees is absolutely paramount to how we run this business.
The automotive industry is a fast-paced environment. There's a lot of opportunity for growth.
We continue to invest in technology and people to be able to support the technology we're investing in.
Whether it's from benefits to time off to supporting community activities, Solmic America has always been there for us.
We're not just making car parts. We're investing in our people in the communities that we serve.
If you have drive in this company, you can always find opportunity.
It's a very good opportunity.
I would highly recommend Solmic America as a career path.
At Camret Logistics, services are tailored to fit the unique warehousing and logistics needs of businesses of all shapes and sizes throughout Southwest Virginia. From secure food-grade storage to full-spectrum 3PL solutions, they deliver flexible, scalable options designed to enhance operational efficiency and reduce costs. With a forward-thinking approach and proven expertise, Camret is equipped to meet the demands of today and anticipate the needs of tomorrow. Stop by their main office and warehouse located at 2460 North 4th Street in Wytheville. Give them a call at 276-625-8100 or visit them online at camret.com. Camret Logistics, solutions for manufacturing that go just beyond warehousing, where logistics never stands still.
Ready for a fresh new style that makes an impression? At Turning Heads Salon in Wytheville, our expert stylists deliver bold color, flawless cuts, and personalized looks that make you feel your best every time, because at Turning Heads Salon, we turn your head while you turn theirs. Book your appointment today. Call 276-2297-0588 or visit us at 665 East Main Street, Wytheville, Virginia. Turning Heads Salon, where confidence begins and style never stops.
This is Bob. Bob thinks he's going fishing, but not today. He has work to do. But Bob didn't plan ahead, and he's skipping an important first step. Bob should have contacted Virginia 811 first. By having his underground utilities marked, he would have known there was a telecommunication line right where he was digging. Sorry, Bob. You now have a bigger problem to deal with. Don't rush the job. Plan ahead with Virginia 811. Learn more at va811.com.
The Bill Cole Auto Mall is your go-to destination for incredible deals on new and certified pre-owned vehicles.
With every purchase, you get the Bill Cole Advantage absolutely free, which includes a lifetime powertrain warranty, plus get our free premium ceramic coating process with 3-year paint and interior protection.
The no-cost Cole Connect app offers a $10,000 theft recovery guarantee, vehicle health reports, recall notifications, and service reminders. Visit us today to unlock the Bill Cole Advantage or go to BillColeAutomall.com.
Imagine a place where small moments can lead to a life-changing impact. Where each interaction builds trust and sight. Where expertise leads to clarity. Where a small act of kindness can make all the difference. Vistar Eye Center. Putting you in focus.
Conveniently located where I-81 meets I-77, the Super 8 Fort Chiswell offers you easy access to southwestern Virginia's best natural attractions. Travel along the Blue Ridge Parkway and visit New River Trail State Park for great trails, horseback riding, and boating. Fish at Clater Lake, explore Jefferson National Forest, and play around at Draper Valley Golf Course. Our complimentary 8-item Super Start breakfast is a great way to begin each day, and you'll have access to free Wi-Fi for staying in touch with home and work. And you can always get fresh brewed coffee in the lobby. Get a great night's sleep in one of our comfy beds. There's high-speed internet access in your room at no charge, along with HBO movies on TV. You'll have a coffee and tea maker, and refrigerators are available. When you visit the Max Meadows area, stay with us at the Super 8 Fort Chiswell.
Imagine a place where small moments can lead to a life-changing impact. Where each interaction builds trust and sight. Where expertise leads to clarity. Where a small act of kindness can make all the difference. Vistar Eye Center. Learn how you can make an impact at vistareye.com/careers.
Hey Bobcat fans, it's Johnny with Odell's Landscape and Lawn Care. For all your fall cleanup and winter landscape and lawn care needs, give us a call at 540-392-5052 or odellslawnCare.com. Take it away, girls.
Let's go Bobcats!
This is Roar County.
Roar!
Located in Bland, Virginia, we are committed to our employees and take pride that we are the employer of choice in the region. Hitachi Energy is a global leader in the design and manufacturing of clean, oil-free transformers. We adjust and stabilize the voltage of electricity flowing through the nation's power grid. Hitachi Energy is celebrating 50 years of serving Southern Virginia. Go to HitachiEnergy.com.
I am Hitachi.
Hitachi. Inspire the next.
Escape the everyday and find your peace at the Cottages at Pine Run, where families connect, laughter echoes, and every sunrise feels like a fresh start. Right now, stay 3 nights and get the 4th night free when you book direct at cottagesatpinerun.com. The Cottages at Pine Run. Make room for adventure.
If you've been looking for it, you can find it here. Old Fort Antique Mall. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. Iconic visibly off of Interstate 77 and 81 and accessible from both exit 80 and 77, offers thousands of items from over 100 different vendors. Old Fort was once voted as the area's best antique mall and offers a wide assortment of items for everyone, from hockey and other sports memorabilia,
classic trading cards, NASCAR collectibles, furniture, glassware, houseware, books, movies, and so much more. There's a world of possibilities inside their doors. Come see why Old Ford Antique Mall is a community staple and Wythe County icon.
In business and servicing Southwest Virginia for over 2 decades, R&R Septic and Plumbing offers septic system cleaning and installation, grease traps, plumbing services, water and sewer services, grading, land clearing, site prep, heavy equipment excavating and demolition, as well as rentals of portable toilets and restroom trailers. R&R is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Bobcats penalty kill this season, powering Blue Ridge with their own drive and commitment to success whenever the team is shorthanded all year long. Stop by their facility located at 3572 Peppers Ferry Road, just across the road from Hitachi Energy Arena, or give them a call at 276-228-3548. Eversole. Well and Pump offers an array of services to fit your needs, including existing well pump services, well pump installation, UV filtration systems, water softener systems, sediment and other filtration systems, water testing, plumbing excavation, new plumbing installation and repair, water heater replacement, system flushing, and much, much more. Eversole brings back its cutting-edge technology for a second year as the official ice filtration system of Hitachi Energy Arena. Alan Eversole and his team can bring this same professional level clarity and quality to the water of your home or business as well. Call or text Alan anytime at 276-620-243 and let him help you.
Bob's back. This time, he's installing a new mailbox. But did he learn anything from last time?
Yeah, I contacted Virginia 811 and put in my dig request. We're good.
Are you sure, Bob?
Yeah!
Didn't wait those 3 working days before digging, did you, Bob? You need to allow that time so your lines can be marked, so you know what's below.
I didn't know.
Remember, always contact Virginia 811 before you dig, then allow the required time for marking. Learn more at va811.com.
Alpha Therapy, maximizing your peak performance.
At Solmic America, you're not a number. You're part of the family.
I've been here 16 years. If I didn't enjoy it, I would not still be here.
The automotive industry is a fast-paced environment. There's a lot of opportunity for growth.
People are everything, really the core of our business.
Solmic America has been very supportive of me and my family.
We're not just making car parts. We're investing in our people in the communities that we serve.
Solmic America manufactures ball joints for steering and suspension.
For Toyota, Subaru, and Lexus.
Every vehicle that Toyota makes in North America has our ball joints on it.
Highest quality design, the most durable design in the industry.
We continually improve our processes through innovation.
We pride ourselves on being better tomorrow than today.
We've gone from just a handful of robots in the plants to dozens of robots.
Our approach is that we really want to have the human interacting with the robot. The machine and the robot relies on human interface.
We continue to invest in technology and people to be able to support the technology we're investing in.
There are so many opportunities here.
Over the last 18 years, I've held 8 different positions.
I started as a 19-year-old kid, and since then I've held 7 to 8 different positions, and now I head an entire department.
With each step, there's obviously training.
They'll train you on what you need to know and how to run the machine.
We do not set any
Back here inside Hitachi Energy Arena, quickly updating you on scores around the FPHL. Binghamton still on top of Danbury. 1-0. Update, that is now a final. That is now a final. Binghamton has defeated Danbury in regulation. So, note this. If the Bobcats win in any fashion, regulation, overtime, or shootout, Danbury has lost 3 points. The Bobcats need a minimum of 2 in tonight's game to clinch a playoff spot. Remember, it's a combination of 5 lost by Danbury and gained by the Bobcats. So a minimum of 2 with a regulation loss by Danbury gets the job done. But it has to be a win. If the Bobcats lose in regulation or gain a point, lose in overtime, they'll still have to clinch tomorrow night. Again, important note, Danbury lost in regulation. In case you missed it moments ago, Danbury lost in regulation. Therefore, if the Bobcats win in any fashion, overtime or in regulation, they clinch a playoff spot tonight. Good news for PD fans as well. Twin Cities still down 2-1 to Athens in the third. Scoreboard watching season is well upon us, as is the Aschenbach Chevrolet GMC third period. St. Pierre snaps it around. Raziloff holds near point. Down the wall, Froloff left behind the net for Zajic. Big hit on him by St. Pierre. Nearly knocked the Zamboni door loose. There's a centering pass for Zajic that was broken up and tied up in the slot. Radchenko hit the deck. Froloff waits, centers, off a skate and deflected wide. Pedrazov tied up from behind by Raziloff, banks it ahead for Kozirev. Kozirev tied up with Zajic. Mercurio along the far wall. Poked ahead to Legoff. He's stepped up on by Kozirev. Pedrazov. Now Mercurio. They got a bit behind him. Abdella handles. Bedard on to Welsh. Now Wilson centers, looking for Pizzamenti off the skate of Levac. Deflected in the middle. Pizzamenti has it poked away by Levac. Held in at the point by Bedard. He'll shoot. That's redirected off the post. Glance just off the outside of the near post. Dumped in by Gallagher. Rutherford. Abdella. Oh, nearly picked off by Gallagher. Here's Welsh. Into the slot. He'll shoot. Waffle boarded away by Schrum. And he'll squeeze it in between the blocker and the forearm to get the whistle.
Mike Mercurio. Going to ticket number 408-641. Once again, that's ticket number 408-641. You're the winner.
Here's Theodore, picked up his first professional point on the game-tying goal. Daly and Stuckless, the last two goal scorers that have helped tie this game. It's intercepted by Hamilton. He'll bank it ahead. Robinson stepped up on by Alvo. Centered for Gullo. Gloved easily by Schrum. Gullo charges on goal after his own rebound.
And while we're in the giveaway mood, congratulations to our Ashback Prize Drawing winners. You made good.
Shots 30-28 now in favor of the Bobcats.
You both win jerseys. Once again, Starla Roberts of Whitfield, Roger Jolly of Hillsville. Congratulations.
Alvo with a hit there. Hamilton shoots that, shouldered away, and up into the netting, out of play. Exactly 2 minutes off the clock in this Ashabak Chevrolet GMC third period.
Congratulations, Wendell, Kalala, and Terry Lawson.
Again, an update. Binghamton lost in regulation. Or excuse me, Binghamton won in regulation. Danbury lost in regulation. That is 3 points lost by Danbury. The Bobcats must get a minimum of 2 as a result of this game, points that is, to clinch tonight. Razilov shoots, that's wide. Della Savita up the wall, Frolov, tap behind the net, Zajic. Zajic near side. Drops it to Legoff. That top line for PD goes to work. Frolov delays. Della Savita one-timer, gloved by Schrum. He's not going to take any chances. He'll keep it in the webbing. 17:40 to go in this Ashabak Chevrolet GMC third period. Shots now even at 30. Legoff shoots, that missed high. Podrazov races to it to poke it out to center. Della Savita back ahead, picked off by Podrazov. Weaves his way through traffic into the zone. Drop for Kozirev, fanned on it. Poked away though, Podrazov back to it. Kozirev now. Center to Redchenko. Lets it go. Podrazov blocked. Rebound, Rutherford somehow got the blocker to it. Legoff poked away from behind by Kozirev. At the end of his shift, forwards will change. Redchenko, watched by Legoff. Legoff forces the turnover. He's walled off it, held in by Welsh. Centered, Legoff, swing and a miss. Legoff got it back, blocked by Martin. Martin hoisted ahead. Here's Craig, partial break, fanned on the shot. It's loose, and Rutherford drags it into his mitts to hang on to it. Well, that was a wacky sequence. Had a number of those tonight. $16:42 to go. Stuckless off the draw. Held in by Theodore at the point. Glove down by Stuckless. Backhands it low. Hamilton pinned up by Daly. Andrioli gets to it. Pinned up by Ergonite. Daly in the scrum as well. McGill Diaz on to Robinson. Robinson stepped up on by Stuckless. Left it for Hamilton. He'll dump it in and around it goes. Alvo a poke. Came to Gullo. Down low, McGill Diaz tripped up by Theodore. And a penalty upcoming. Theodore a little bit exacerbated, but that looked like a trip nonetheless. And now a massive R&R septic and plumbing penalty kill. Alvo delivers Theodore a fresh twig. Razilov has it. Drags. Deflected. Schrum got a piece of that somehow. Through a maze of bodies. Look out for Legoff on the near side. Razilov. Wilson. Deflected wide. Blocked by Erickson. Erickson, big hit on Wilson. Legoff back to it. Razilov. Legoff. Drag. Centers. Wilson. Off the crossbar. And out. Legoff. Zaitchik, Legoff. Zaitchik. Legoff. Razilov. Wilson. Legoff. Sticked away by Schrum. Wilson holds far side. Legoff once more. Missed high. Wilson one more time. Down low, Zaitchik. Back for Legoff. Missed the mark. Razilov recovers. Up the wall, Legoff. Back to Razilov. Now Wilson. Shoots it. Squeezed by Schrum. $15-13 to go. 1 minute left on the R&R Septic and Plumbing penalty kill. Shots 35-31. Stuckless clears off the face-off win. Rutherford settles it. Hamilton. Second unit out for PD. McGill Diaz. Through center. Centered Robinson. Swings it over. Shot blocked. Into the netting, out of play. And we get a timeout. 14:52 to go in regulation. Still tied at 3. 40 seconds left to kill.
If you've been looking for it, you can find it here. Old Fort Antique Mall, family owned and operated for over 30 years. Iconic visibly off of Interstate 77 and 81 and accessible from both exit 80 and 77, offers thousands of items from over 100 different vendors. Old Fort was once voted as the area's best antique mall and offers a wide assortment of items for everyone, from hockey and other sports memorabilia, classic trading cards, NASCAR collectibles, furniture, glassware, houseware, books, movies, and so much more. There's a world of possibilities inside their doors. Come see why Old Fort Antique Mall is a community staple and Wythe County icon.
Imagine a place where small moments can lead.
40 seconds left on the R&R Septic and Plumbing penalty kill. 14:52 left in regulation. Tied up in the circle. They're digging for it. Welsh. Hamilton. Welsh. Gullo. Back to the point, Hamilton. Swung over to McGill Diaz. Shoots it. Squeezed by Schrum. It's loose. And covered. As Radchenko now sent a man down from behind. Alvo was on the deck as well. And McGill Diaz now being separated from Radchenko, as Gullo's got words for him as well. .23 seconds left to kill. 14:35 to go in regulation. Zychik went too early. We'll do it again. Mercurio wins it, snapped it ahead, couldn't clear it though. Razilov, Wilson, leg off. Razilov, one-timer deflected wide. Wilson, tied up by Rodchenko, sent back down and around. Alvo, got to stick to it up the wall, leg off intercepts. Leg off. Zychik centered, Frolov, blocked and cleared. Theodore free, full strength. Leg off. Watched by Andrioli. Now a centering pass behind his intended target. Zychik holds. Erickson knocks it down. Banks it ahead. Couldn't clear it. Welsh intercepts. And down low. Sending through the blue paint wide. Oh, crisis averted there. And now Welsh blocks the clearance attempt. McGill Diaz with it. To the point of Dilla. Off a leg wide. Welsh overskated it. Levac trying desperately to get it out. He's tied up from behind by Pizzamenti. Welsh blockered away by Schrum. Levac finally able to clear it. Levac races ahead himself. Shoots. Oh, missed just high. Martin trying to hold the zone. Could not. This will not go far enough for icing. Picked up by Theodore. Theodore ahead looking for Craig. Knocked away by Abdella. Robinson's offside. They'll touch up. Martin lost the handle. Got it back from Wilson. Sockers it ahead. Martin into the zone. Trying to send it behind the net. Broken up by Hamilton. Craig forces the turnover. Craig with it. Leaves it along the wall for Martin. Martin back for Craig, a little behind him. Alvo, Martin, Craig. Trying to get there, broken up. Alvo, drop back to Martin, now on to Theodore. Theodore, into the zone he goes, swings it over to Gallagher. Gallagher beaten to it by Ergonite. Now Gullo. Sends it ahead and out to center. Rodchenko. Headmans it. Now over to Mercurio. Banked on to Pedrazov. Pedrazov drops it for Craig. Craig recovers it. Craig down the wall. Trying to drop it back and does Rodchenko. Lost the handle. Here's Legoff. 2-on-2. Frolov. Legoff far side. Couldn't get it around Kozyrev. St. Pierre's got it. Bobcats avert crisis once again. Pedrazov drops it. St. Pierre weaves his way down low. Lost his stick. 2-on-1. Frolov and Legoff. Frolov drags. Shoots. Squeezed by Schrum. He's not going to play around with it. He'll hang on to it. $11:29 to go. Shots are now 39-32. Tapped into the zone by Andrioli. Linesman says icing. He was behind the red line when he let it go. They'll bring it back down with 11:16 remaining. Anxious moments here. With a playoff berth at stake for the Bobcats. Tie up on the draw, comes free to Abdella at the point. Abdella waits, Abdella drags. Pass down low, off the boards. McGill Diaz shot it off the side of the cage. Off the tie up, Alvo. Sends it on to Daly. Daly Charges into the zone, sends it behind the net. Theodore there, sends it through the blue paint wide, back to Elvo. Stuckless one-timer, patted away by Rutherford. Now Daly, behind the net, pivots, what a move. Daly banks it, Theodore waits, drags, shoots. Somehow Rutherford squeezed that through a mass of humanity in front of him. Smart play, though, by the youngster Rutherford, or I should say Theodore. With all those bodies in front, just throw it on the net. Hope it hits somebody. Unfortunately, that somebody happened to be the goaltender. 10:42 left. Tie up off the draw, Hamilton clears. Wilson pinned up in front of the benches by Erickson. Hlavak rims it around. Welsh settles, hit by Craig. Loose in the slot. Wilson, Ergonite, one-timer blocked by the skate of Martin and hoisted out of danger. Will not go for icing. Rutherford gloves it and he'll hang on to it. 10:17 to go. Martin to take the draw. He wins it. Back for Gallagher. Sent ahead, Wilson. Picked off at center by Rodchenko. That's off the skate of Wilson. Pizzamenti. Ripped away from behind by Craig. Poked back ahead and offside. Brought on by Welsh. 10:02 to go. We've reached the halfway mark of the third. An anxious crowd of 1,854 tonight at Hitachi Energy Arena on pins and needles. Della Savita, that's blocked by Podrazov. Stick down by Della Savita. Now Zajic, back for Razilov. Razilov hoisted ahead, too far. Will it go for icing? No, waved off as it went just towards the goal line. Leg off, tried to center. That was off of St. Pierre. Picked off by Saintsy. Now on to Podrazov. Swung back over to Kozirev. Cozy into the zone. Swings wide. Slams on the brakes. St. Pierre from the point right on. Chest save Rutherford. 9:28 to go in the third. Still tied at 3.
To collect the best, you need to go to the best. Head to Bowman Brothers Cards and Collectibles in Bluefield for the best and latest in sports cards and collectibles. Kevin Bowman has been in the business for over 2 decades, and his store is the largest authorized dealer of Upper Deck's exclusive NHL trading cards in the area. It's not just hockey either. Kevin also has the best and brightest stars available to collect from all major sports. Nor is it just cards at Bowman Brothers. You can also collect a variety of sports collectibles and memorabilia from yesterday and today. Bowman Brothers also provides the best and brightest in entertainment collectibles from yesteryear and today. Kevin and his team are always on the lookout for the best cards and collectibles available. So stop by Bowman Brothers Cards and Collectibles in Bluefield today and ask Pedro for luck when you need that big card pull. Bowman Brothers Cards and Collectibles.
Hey Bobcat fans, it's Johnny with Odell's Landscape and Lawn Care. For all your fall cleanup and winter landscape and lawn care needs, give us a call at 540.
9:28 to go in regulation. McGill Diaz hoisted ahead into the zone. Robinson walled off by Theodore. Elbow around. Andrioli ahead. Bedard intercepts. Now McGill Diaz. Just wide. Andrioli scoops it up. Around Gullo onto Daly. Back ahead. 2-on-1 if they could get there. They couldn't. Alvo at center. He'll dump it in. Around it goes. Rutherford couldn't get there. Daly does. Daly in the corner. Sidestepped on. Lost it to Bedard. McGill Diaz back across. Stays in the zone for the moment. Gallagher trying to get it to Martin. Martin keeps it alive. Martin slams on the brakes. Trying to throw it up the wall. Levac shoots. That sticked away by Rutherford. Erickson holds. Banked over for Craig. Abdella and Gallagher are tied up. Bedard's got it. Run over by Craig. Martin to it. Martin protects it along the wall. Leaves it for Gallagher on the cycle. Gallagher in the middle. Martin. Now Erickson settles. Shoots. Oh, Gallagher swung and missed. Now Abdella around. That's picked off by Martin. Martin into the slot. Shoots it wide. Gallagher. Craig. Skate to stick. Wraps back of the goal. Martin a one-timer. Blockered away. Loose in front. Craig couldn't get to it. Now does. Shoots it. Stick to side. Bedard clears. Levac couldn't stick it down, so no icing. PD can get a much-needed change. 7:40 to go. Levac sidesteps one man. Banks it ahead. No icing. Rutherford first to it. Rims it around to center. Wilson sends it into the zone. Schrum sticks it over to Rodchenko. Rodchenko swings it back to St. Pierre on the wheel. St. Pierre. Now back to Rodchenko. Rodchenko plays it ahead to Podrazov. Podrazov too far for Mercurio. Hamilton picked off by Podrazov. Mercurio tried to center. Intercepted by Ergonite. Ergonite pinned up by Kozirev. Pops free to Pizzamenti. Up the wall, Wilson. He'll get it to center and dump it into the cross side. 6:50 to go. Rodchenko. St. Pierre. Banks it ahead. It's held in. Rodchenko plays it away. Banked on. Looking for St. Pierre. It's leg off. Leg off. Nice poke by St. Pierre. And out of the zone it goes. Leg off almost touched it. Would have been offside. Daly around Frolov on to Stuckless to center. Zajic back to Della Savita. Now Razilov. Razilov into the zone. He's pinned up. Zajic far side. Picked up by Stuckless onto Andrioli and out. Stuckless knocked down. Then Alvo knocks Frolov down. Will play on. Rimmed all the way to center. Leg off. Trying to bank it around Alvo and does. Craig a big hit on him. Craig gets a pick. Speeds ahead. Denver Craig speeds in. Poked away by Rutherford, but he got it into the zone and got it deep at that. Craig run over from behind by Abdella and held on to. Abdella sends him down. We're going to keep going. They let it go at one end. They let it go at the other. I like it. Gullo walled off by Kozirev. Now Martin on to Gallagher. Gallagher swings it over. Erickson blocked. Gallagher back to it. Now Levac, 5:10 left. Erickson. He'll bank it ahead. Hamilton. McGill Diaz. Stepped up on by Levac. Levac pokes it away a second time. Loose at center. Levac back to it. Drop back to Rodchenko. Snapped ahead. Too far for Mercurio. No icing. It was off a PD stick. Hamilton rims it. Ergonite. Chased after by Podrazov. Picked off by Daly. Here's Mercurio with it. Weaving his way through traffic. Rodchenko squeezed by Rutherford. 4:32 left. Still tied. Back after this.
This is Bob. Bob thinks he's going fishing, but not today. He has work to do. But Bob didn't plan ahead, and he's skipping an important first step. Bob should have contacted Virginia 811 first. By having his underground utilities marked, he would have known there was a telecommunication line right where he was digging. Sorry, Bob. You now have a bigger problem to deal with. Don't rush the job. Plan ahead with Virginia 811. Learn more at va811.com.
Conveniently located where I-81 meets I-77, the Super 8 Fort Chiswell offers you easy access to southwestern Virginia's best natural attractions. Travel along the Blue Ridge Parkway and visit New River Trail State Park for great trails, horseback riding, and boating. Fish at Clater Lake, explore Jefferson National Forest, and play around at Draper Valley Golf Course.
In regulation. Mercurio wins the draw. Back to Rodchenko, poked ahead by Frolov. Swung away by St. Pierre. Held in by Legoff. St. Pierre back to it. Banked on to Kozirevic center. Zaitchik. Back to Della Savita, banked on Legoff, 1-on-3. Slams on the brakes. Centering pass behind everybody. Della Savita plays it around Zaitchik. On to Frolov. Looking for a cherry-picking Legoff. Couldn't find him. This is icing. 3:58 remaining in regulation. Stuckless to take the draw. Banked ahead and out by Della Savita. Will go on edge. Not far enough for icing. Theodore. Alvo. Back to Theodore. Daly. Theodore. Off a skate at center. Recovered by Andrioli. He'll weave his way back. Lost the handle. Leg off. Speeds in, knocked away. Theodore banks it ahead, poked away by Abdella at center. Stuckless back to it, drags, shoots, missed just high over the glove of Rutherford. Daly now, behind the net. Abdella on to McGill Diaz, held in by Levac. Bedard far side, he can't get it out either. Martin has it poked away out to center by Gullo. Erickson D to D, Levac 3 minutes to go. Swung over to Craig, fresh from the bench. Craig charges in, backhander, couldn't get the shot away, back to the forehand. Here's Martin with a chance, it's loose, score! Score! Gallagher for the lead with 2:49 to go. Oh, baby! And this place goes absolutely nuts. (4-3) with 2:49 to go. Here comes Martin. He'll snap it around. Hamilton tied up along the wall. Banked out. Shouldn't go far enough for icing, and it won't. Caught enough snow along the kick plate. Erickson tied up by Wilson. Banks it ahead. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Pedrazoff poked at it. A battle for it at the red line. Levac. Keep an eye on Rutherford. 2:15 to go. Erickson couldn't clear it. Levac rims it around. Pedrazoff clears it. This will be icing. 2:03 to go. We'll see if PD takes their timeout. Rutherford still in. 2:03, maybe too early. Gary Graham's already got the light bright board out over there, drawing up some things. And now PD will take their timeout. We will take it with them to catch our breath. 4-3 lead for the Bobcats with 2:03 to go. Don't go anywhere.
Hey Bobcat fans, it's Johnny with Odell's Landscape and Lawn Care. For all your fall cleanup and winter landscape and lawn care needs, give us a call at 540-392-5052 or odellslawnCare.com. Take it away, girls.
Let's go Bobcats!
This is Roar County.
Roar!
I am Hitachi.
Located in Bland, Virginia, we are committed to our employees.
2:03 to go in regulation. PD net is empty. Rutherford on the bench. 6-on-5. Playoff spot on the line for the Bobcats with a 4-3 lead. Buckle up. Tie up off the draw. Welsh to Hamilton. Poked away by Pedrazoff, and it goes out of play. Get another whistle with 1:55 left. Shots are 42-41 PD. Leg off to Hamilton. Charged at by Stuckless. Zychik. Wilson, Hamilton. Leg off. Welsh. Pivots. Fanned on the pass. Foot race for it. Levac for the empty net. No. Kozirev wins the foot race and puts it in to slam the door. Good night, PD. Cozy with an empty net dagger right through the puck in the Lions' mouth on the IceCats crest. With 89 seconds to go. Bobcats moving ahead off the draw. Here's Andrioli. $1:20 to go. Andrioli tied up far side. Now Abdella on for Pizzamenti. 1:15. We'll see if PD pulls Rutherford again. He's out at the edge of the blue paint. Erickson reverse hit on Robinson. Sent ahead, Bedard couldn't hold it. Picked off by Gallagher. He'll chip it on. This is icing. Clock never stopped. 52.5. It reads now. I would assume we're going to add 2, maybe 3 seconds. Oh, lost in the sauce there. That was a burger goal. That's 5. So all 1854 in attendance tonight get a free cheeseburger at local area McDonald's tomorrow. Leg off. Back for Della Civita, shoots, blocked in front. Rutherford still in. 38 seconds. Erickson around for Rodchenko. He'll take care of that. High, and I mean high flip, but it'll go far enough for icing. Clock again, not stopping. I'm assuming we'll add a little bit more time here too. Should be 2 seconds. Pizzamenti and Martin, 28's in the dot. The captain wins it. Rodchenko behind the net, 20 seconds. Tied up. Wilson. Pinned up by Erickson. He hits the deck. Puck's loose with 10. Erickson pinned up by Pizzamenti. Martin clears it. Will it go for icing? No. Waved off. 3, 2, 1. For the second year in a row, the Bobcats are playoff bound. A regulation win, and Danbury lost in regulation. Put that X next to their name in the standings. They're in. Finally a win over PD, but it didn't matter who they were playing tonight. The objective was clear, and the video board says it. Clinched. For the second consecutive year of 3 total in existence, the Bobcats take a playoff-bound victory lap. Stay tuned on social media for an announcement on the home playoff game date and ticket availability. All 1854 hanging over the boards for a high five. We'll keep it here for our Chantel 3 stars of the game, of course. Wow, wow, wow. What a night. What a game. What a thriller tonight. These two teams meet again tomorrow night. That's 6 in a row for the Bobcats. Quick update from Thief River Falls, Minnesota. 12 minutes to go in the third period in that neutral site contest. Topeka leads Indiana 3-1. And now, Mike Atwell has our Chantel 3 stars of the game. Philip Lamock with a goal and an assist tonight. He's our third star. Daly ran out. There's Phil. Nice arm. Nikita Kozirev, tonight's first star. What a night, what a game. We're going to celebrate, but not too long. There's more business to attend to tomorrow night. Trump gets the win in goal. Gallagher picks up the GWG at 17-11 of the third, his 6th of the season, and he has a goal and assist tonight and a multi-point outing. His second game-winning goal of the season, remember, had the OTW in Topeka back in February. Well, we're going to catch our breath before we should have another barn burner tomorrow night. The Bobcats are playoff bound with a 4-3 win over the PD IceCats. Special thanks to Tom Callahan on our right side with the PD IceCats Broadcast Network. We'll see them again tomorrow night. For Kelsey Martian, our camera operator. Kane Akers and Allison Eads, our technical directing dynamic duo. Sam and Lindsay at ice level. Chris Robertson, our official scorer. Mike Atwell, our public address announcer. We will see you tomorrow.